The second part of our putting drill for today is our lag putting. So I've got 3 distances set up here. I have 10 foot is a rubber tee, 15 foot is my baby powder, and my 20 foot is the Dr. Scholl's spray. So for this little practice session, we're going to hit 5 putts to each distance. And we're trying to, for our lag putting idea here, is we want to try to get our putts to stop. So for our distance control, we want to have about a 4-foot window. So I think you can see in the video, you can see the breaks in the mats here. So each one of these mats is a little over 4.5 feet wide. So it's good, I'm able to tell. But if you have a spot at home, whether you have a long hallway or a room in the basement that's kind of open enough, you can put down little markers at your 10, 15, and 20 feet, but then also put down a little 4-foot window if you can, and have the first foot be 1 foot short. So it's okay for these longer lag putts to come up short. We don't have to be racing them by. So have like 1 foot in front of, let's say that exact distance of 15 feet, and then another mark 3 feet past. So if I was going to use this rubber tee, I could put one line about a foot short of it, and then another one kind of 3 feet on the other side. So I've got that 4-foot window kind of surrounding my tee. That's kind of good enough for now. I can go into a little more detail with that later, but that's good enough for now. That'll give you the idea. So we're just going to not worry a ton about technique. This is all about feel. So I've got my visual for my 10-foot putt being that rubber tee, and I'm just going to try to feel a putt that's not a bad distance for that. Man, that's way too hard. So I'm going to do that one again. This is a tough day of practice for me. On every drill I've done, I've been tempted to do a retake, but I'm keeping it real here. Okay, that's better. So I would take that. Well, I'm doing 5 to that target anyway, right? So I'd give myself a little bit of a break. That's not hard enough. Well, that's pretty good, actually. These are running pretty fast. So imagine I did one more to get into that window. So I would call that a success, except for that first one was definitely too hard. I don't want to be hitting it past that 4-foot window, because now I just have too long of a putt coming back. Like to think I'm going to make a whole bunch of 3 and 4 footers all day long is not the case. Let's bring these back out of the way. And I'm going to putt now to the next marker, which is my 15 feet. That's the baby powder down there. So I'm trying to get a feel for the right speed. And I'm going to roll 5 of these. Easy. Not too bad. Just a little bit past it. That's great. Okay. And then let's imagine I did 5 of those. Now I'm going for my 20-foot putt, which is my Dr. Scholl's spray way down there. Okay, I'll take it. A little bit short, but actually that's okay. So that'd fall into that example of, for a 20-foot putt, if I leave it a foot short, no problem whatsoever. The chances of me making 20-footers, the percentages are way down. What I don't want to do here is 3 putt. So if I can get it within a foot short, a 1.5 foot short to that 2.5, maybe 3 feet long, no big deal, because I'm confident. If you think back to the first drill you did with your short putts, you should really be building confidence so you can make those 2 and 3 footers at a really high percentage rate. So when it comes to lag putting, I'm trying to get into that window on this first putt. I'm not trying to make it. If a few roll in, that's great. Even at the 10-footer, a few roll in, fantastic. But my first priority here is get the right speed so that I'm not leave myself with a very difficult or a long second putt. I want to make sure I'm avoiding 3 putts. Okay, so there's our lag putting drill. Hopefully you have some space at home for this. 10 feet, 15 feet, 20 feet. We're going to roll 5 putts to each as a minimum. Of course, as always, if you have more time, do more. But the main theory, again, lots of repetitions in small amounts as opposed to doing this for kind of 2 hours. It's way too hard to keep your focus for that length of time.